Hello, everyone. Andy Jacob here with the DotCom Magazine Entrepreneur Spotlight Series. I have a remarkable show today. You know, if you love health, if you love feeling healthy and feeling great and learning all that there is to know about being healthy and having your body healthy, this is going to be an amazing show. You know, so many people reach out to me at the DotCom Magazine Entrepreneur Spotlight Series. They say, Jake, we love it when you bring experts in that know a lot about health. So we've been very fortunate today and very honored actually to have two experts in the field, Dr. Marina Safonov Ph.D., the CEO of H2 Universe, and Dr. Vladimir Safonov, the chief scientist at HT Universe, have been brought on the show today to talk about something very fascinating, hydrogen. Wait till you hear about their products. Wait to hear what they do. Dr. Marina Safonov. Marina, first off, welcome to the DotCom Magazine Entrepreneur Spotlight Series.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. That's an honor for us to be reached out and have this interview. Such a fabulous person, Andy.
We are so excited. We are so excited. Of course, Vladimir, the chief scientist at H2 Universe, Dr. Safonov, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Our one of aims of our company is to teach people about new possibilities to live healthier, and hydrogen therapy is a new direction and we are going to discuss this.
It's so awesome what the two of you have done together. I mean, here we are. I mean, your slogan for your company is live a healthier and a longer life. So let's get into it first off, because I find it so interesting what you're doing. I mean, I love it. So let's get right to it. Marina, let's pull the lens back like we always do, the 30,000 feet, and tell us about H2 Universe just to get started.
Our company has been founded in 2018. However, we've been in the hydrogen therapy, I would say, field since 2009. So we got a huge opportunity to learn, to investigate, and to think how we can help people to use it. Okay. So unfortunately, as Vladimir said, it's a fairly new field. It's been around, for a long, long time, and Japanese are the first one who actually, start using hydrogen pretty heavily. And you probably know that Japanese nation is the most long-living nations in the world, and I would say healthier. So they kind of really in this hydrogen therapy, they use hydrolyzed water, they use other remedies to help them overcome diseases and, live a healthier, longer life. So we've been studying, as I said, since 2009. We've been using the products, but it was probably too early to actually form the company. We've been thinking about new products, pretty much inventing them, but we formed the company only in 2018.
I love it so much. And of course, Vladimir, I'm reading through the website. We're looking into hydrogen prior to this conversation because it's so fascinating. And, you indicate that hydrogen is the best known antioxidant, which instantaneously converts the toxic, what are called hydroxyl radicals in our body into water, and therefore protects every organ throughout the body from toxicity. So Vladimir, I mean, what you've come up with these products is really remarkable. Tell us about how you came up with the products that you sell, which are helping so many people throughout the world.
First, I would explain why we call our company H2 Universe. So, as we know from astrophysics, that almost 89% of atoms in the universe is hydrogen. And in human body, 2/3 of atoms is hydrogen. And this is why we consider every human as a universe.
As well.
Yeah, and this is why we call it H2 universe. And actually, it's not just a kind of it's a scientific direction. A lot of scientific publication dedicated to properties of hydrogen, which is dissolved in blood, in human blood. So we know that hydrogen is, as a gas, it's just H2 and nothing more. And some people who know chemistry just ask us why it is antioxidant. But when hydrogen is dissolved and water is the main liquid in our blood, and water is coupled by hydrogen bondings, and the hydrogen molecule lose their individuality. It becomes a kind of a part of crowd of other hydrogens. And this is why this hydrogen changed the properties, and this blood becomes very antioxidant liquid. And no one vitamin like vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E cannot fight this hydroxyl radicals. Only hydrogen dissolved in blood can fight them. And Marina can explain how these radicals appear in our blood.
Wow,
Okay.
Vladimir, that's so interesting that you mentioned that. And of course, you've dedicated your entire life to hydrogen. You and Marina have this H2 universe. The products are out there. So yeah, Marina, let's talk about it, because we all have heard this term radicals, and it's something that we all have heard, reading, newspapers, reading the internet, watching TV, and everyone says these radicals are really bad for your body. But let's talk about, where do the radicals come from, and how does the hydrogen help with removing the radicals?
Okay. Well, it's interesting. I think in our world, everything is somehow connected. So when I was in the university, I did my diploma, and I also did my PhD thesis, actually on oxygen radicals. Okay, so I directly demonstrated where and how they are produced. Surprisingly, they are produced in mitochondria mostly. We're breathing oxygen, and the side effect of oxygen, about up to 4% of oxygen, end up being this very, powerful and dangerous radicals. First of all, it's not exactly right away hydroxyl radicals, but eventually this is what happened. It's called superoxide radical, and our body does have mechanism to fight. It has enzymes to remove these radicals, but these radicals may end up by reacting with a superoxide radical reacting with hydrogen peroxide, and it's end up being this very dangerous hydroxyl radical. There is nothing which can fight it. Okay, nothing except hydrogen. Hydrogen, basically, the only mechanism which could fight this radical. This radical, hydroxyl radical, is exactly correctly mentioned. This is which caused oxidative stress. Okay, and you know that oxidative stress is the source of multiple diseases in our body, and it's been shown by multiple scientific publications. It's not just I'm saying that. There's tons and tons of publications. For example, it's you can end up with cancer, DNA damage, it can cause all kinds of neurodiseases, etc., etc. And surprisingly, hydrogen is the only one which can help with all these diseases. Okay, so, and let's say people are taking other other antioxidants, right? Vitamin C, vitamin E, turmeric, etc., etc. The problem is that when these radicals, first of all, they don't react with the hydroxyl radicals. Second, they can react with other oxygen radicals, so-called ROS, reactive oxygen species. But when they do that, they end up being radicals themselves. So our body has to remove it from, they know that's dangerous, but they're still radicals, and body has to remove it. When hydrogen reacts with this dangerous species, oxygen species, it's end up with water. So it's extremely effective. Plus, it's extremely small. It's very small molecule. It can go everywhere, even through the brain barrier. So, but unfortunately, we're breathing and we're producing these radicals. We cannot do anything about it, and that's why we need hydrogen to fight them. Really. And I want to mention one more thing. I don't know if I believe it's in our website, but surprisingly, our body also produces hydrogen. We have bacteria which called Blautia coccoides, Latin, right? Which actually produces hydrogen in our body. And when we exhale, we exhale some hydrogen as well as, CO2, right? So, I wonder why our body needs this bacteria, why our body supplement itself with hydrogen, because of the same reason. The body wants to fight this dangerous radicals so we don't get sick very easily. It supports our immune system, etc., etc. So,
well, that is so powerful. I mean, so interesting. I mean, I call you now the king and queen of hydrogen. I mean, it's unbelievable what what you've put together and what you know about hydrogen. It's really remarkable, of course. And we know that there's been a lot of studies, Vladimir, that really have demonstrated the benefits of hydrogen. So before we get into your products, Vladimir, maybe you could touch on that, on the number of studies that have demonstrated the benefits of hydrogen in such a wide range of conditions, human conditions. It's remarkable.
Yes, currently the number of scientific publications is about 2,000 already. And it's actually started in the beginning of this century. It was very important paper, 2007, Japanese published this paper in Nature Medicine. It's well-known journal, and they demonstrated that the hydrogen, either by inhalation or either by hydrogen saturated saline, can give this antioxidant properties. It's selective antioxidant properties. It just works with these bad radicals. And currently, people already showed that it helps with cancer, it helps with Parkinson, Alzheimer, diabetes, and it helps with many, many things. We currently have patent applications that hydrogen can prevent flu and common cold. And we developed a protocol for this, and we have some reasonable statistics on it.
Numerous testimonials from people who actually, not just us, but other people experience this effect, and really, they're amazed how it works, basically. So
yeah, and the testimonials are remarkable. And of course, you believe at your company, of course, based on your research, based on all the years that you've studied hydrogen, that hydrogen supplementation improves performance, physical fitness, health, and of course, accelerates recovery from illness. So let's talk about the products, because it's so fascinating. You've developed some products based on your research. You've got some patents that are pending at the U.S. Patent Office, Marina. Tell us about the products. Where do we get the products, and how do you take the products that are filled with all this remarkable hydrogen?
Okay, great. I like your question. Thank you very much. Obviously, we are developing the products, we are selling them, and our goal not just make money, but really help people. Okay, so we got really upset when we know we could help somebody, but people don't believe it. So, excuse me. So I would say our first product, it's called True Nano H2. All right. It's a box where you have 6 blister packs like this. I don't know if you see that, right?
Yeah.
So each blister pack gives you about 20 mils of hydrogen when you take it. Okay. Us personally, we take at least 2 capsules every morning. All right. And if needed, if you feel tired or something, we'll take another 2. So we've been taking it for 12 years. There is no side effects whatsoever. There is, and you can take like this one, you can take with you whatever you want. There's other ways of supplementing hydrogen to your body, for example, electrolyzed water, right? But, or hydrogen inhalation, or some like the good ways in infusion of saturated saline, hydrogen saturated saline. There is ways of admitting hydrogen to our body, but we chose this. We chose capsules, and I would explain why. When you take the water, there is nothing wrong with it. It's a great product, it's a great way to supply it. But first of all, you need a machine which will generate it, right? And unfortunately, hydrogen is a very easy escape from this water, particularly from temperature. So you never know how much hydrogen you take. You make this water using electrolyzer, and you drink it in 30 minutes, right? You probably lose already at least half of the hydrogen you generated, okay? Inhalation, and I can also say that this one capsule is equal about 1.5 liter of this water. Okay, so inhalation, it's kind of dangerous because hydrogen could explode in the oxygen atmosphere if the ratio is not correct. Plus, again, same thing, you don't know how much hydrogen you deliver to your body. Okay, you think this much, but in fact, it's not. Same with the saline. You cannot control the amount of hydrogen which you deliver. With this, you know exactly how much you can deliver to your body. You take one pill, you got 20 mils. Because what happens, this pill contains some very safe, chemical and very easy reaction. It's dissolved in your stomach, and by reaction with your stomach acid, it releases hydrogen. That's it. That's so easy. So that's why we chose this particular capsules, and we sell it on Amazon and eBay. But then we decided to extend our products, and we came up with the products which has not just hydrogen, but also we add turmeric to it. We added green tea, and we added garlic. So in addition to hydrogen, you're getting the benefits of these 3 dietary supplements, very well known.
I mean, you have these products, people are talking about them. The reviews are amazing. I mean, you and Vladimir have dedicated your life to understanding hydrogen, understanding how it works, doing your research. Marina, in your case, doing your PhD about hydrogen and learning about hydrogen, of course. And Vladimir, you have this very unique ability to sort of break things down from a scientific level. And, when we have people watching the show and we're listening to both of you talk, obviously, we're saying to ourselves, wow, these people really, really are experts in this field. I mean, worldwide leading experts in hydrogen and understanding how it works, understanding how the supplementation improves health, making sure, of course, that that the hydrogen has, no side effects in a way that's meaningful to the people using it. And of course, putting yourself in the position to be worldwide leaders with your supplement. So when we think about this, it's sort of a perfect entrepreneurial story, and I love it so much. Now, Vladimir, when you and your wife, your fellow doctor, go out, for a night on the town, do you only talk about hydrogen? Because it sounds like you just love hydrogen so much.
Yes, mostly we try and it's funny. We just say you can stop us because we can talk about hydrogen, for as long as people can listen, I would say.
Yeah, we learn from talking. We read new papers, we read new scientific papers, we discuss it, and we discuss what can be done next. How can we apply our knowledge for?
Yeah, and let me just add to the products, because Vladimir is not just chief scientist here, our main inventor. He's coming up with a bunch of new ideas, and we have several other products which we developing, and they hopefully soon appear on the market. One of them is called high patch. Okay, so this is just a patch, but what happened that when you activate what's in this patch and you put it on your body, you deliver hydrogen directly to the hurt area. So we've seen it helped with like arthritis, different things, tendinitis, etc., etc. But this is the product which is going to be, we're working on manufacturing it right now. Then we have, this also will be used in cosmetics, because we did some scientific research, and we demonstrated that when hydrogen applied to the human skin, it's in vitro study, right? The human skin cell line, it doubled the amount of collagen which these cells produce. So women put collagen on their face and thinking that helps. Well, it probably does, but unfortunately, collagen doesn't penetrate through the skin so well. But hydrogen, it does, and it just immediately doubles the amount of your hydrogen. So we're coming with the line collagen, yes. So we're coming with the line of cosmetic products. We're also using, we're thinking about at least 3 or 4 different other products. But since they're kind of in development, we can't really elaborate too much. But there will be more products. So it's not just the pills. It's not just the capsules, it's other ways of delivering hydrogen and helping body, maybe targeting the certain areas, so yeah. And Vladimir is kind of, I don't know what next idea is going to be in his head. I'm sure there will be a bunch. Yeah,
I love it. I mean, Vladimir's, like a mad scientist. He's hard at work. He's reading all the research papers. He comes up with these fabulous ideas. I mean, you've got the high patch coming out, which sounds very, very interesting. And of course, being the preeminent experts in the world about hydrogen, you also have a very big responsibility to make sure that you provide the right information to the community. And I know, Vladimir, you care so much about the people that buy your product and the people that come away from the product feeling so much better. So let's talk about that, because that's a big responsibility, Vladimir, you have.
Yes, of course. Yes, but anyway, so safety of our products is number one issue, and we are not going to go in any kind of very risky direction. So we are developing all safe products. We are testing them. We testing
extensively
them, testing it first on ourselves, of course. So we are first victims.
I love
it. But we see that it works, and it's not just most of dietary supplement based on belief, on placebo, so-called. But people believe that it can help. But in the case of hydrogen, placebo is okay, but in addition to that, it's really a good chemical which helps our body, and our body needed.
It's an antioxidant.
Yeah, it's antioxidant, and it has also anti-inflammatory properties. So it's, if you have, say, a wound, and you apply hydrogen, so
that's what this is for.
Yeah, and
help
heal much faster this part.
I love it, Vladimir. I love it, Marina. it's so fun to watch the two of you interact together, and for the entrepreneurs watching the show, rewind what Vladimir just mentioned and Marina mentioned prior, because they're all in. I mean, they're all into this business. They study, they research, they test, they produce, they manufacture. I mean, they're all in this business because of their firm belief about hydrogen and what it can do for the body. So for entrepreneurs watching the show, there's a clue to take away from this interview. And the clue is that when you're in business, you need to be all in. You need to be in business. And that's exactly what Vladimir and Marina do, Dr. Safonov, if you will, with hydrogen and with, of course, the universe, the H2 universe, LLC that they've developed. It's remarkable. Now, before we go, and I know you've only cut out a certain amount of time, and this has been remarkable. I mean, I could listen to you talk about hydrogen for 30 days, let alone 30 minutes. But Marina, let's talk about entrepreneurship just a little bit for the people watching the show. So what do you say to younger entrepreneurs watching the show who maybe are hitting a roadblock? Maybe they're hitting a little tough time in their business. What kind of advice can you give to those entrepreneurs to get through those tough times and come out the other side being much stronger?
Well, I would say there's two things. First of all, they have to believe in their product, truly believe that this is something people need. Because, I mean, if you're thinking this is something can make money, I mean, it's a good thought, but I think the main thing is believe in their product. And the other thing is they have to understand and know their products from up down. So everything what needs to be done, safety, how people have to use it, what it does to people, they need to know all of it. I don't know. This is what we basically follow,
I love it. And of course, you, Marina, and Vladimir, you're asked to, speak at events and talk on Zoom, and you get invited to various, conferences to talk about hydrogen and talk about your products and talk about your expertise. And of course, everybody who's in the hydrogen field knows the two of you, on a worldwide level with what you're doing with H2 Universe. So it's just remarkable. I love it so much. And for the people that, are interested, we're going to put some links in the bottom of the interview so you can check out what Dr. Marina and Dr. Vladimir are doing. And this has just been a remarkable show to have you on. I'm going to bring you back on the show as well, because I think what you're doing with the high patch resonates for me. And also, what you're doing with the collagen for people's skin. I mean, I can see that being a big winner because so many people love to sort of get their skin feeling nice and feeling fresh. And what you're doing there is going to be great. And we also want to learn about all of the new things that you're doing that's on Vladimir's, desk right now that he's working on. And I know he's continuously working on so many things. His mind just keeps on moving and moving and moving. And then, of course, Marina, to have you to bounce ideas off of is just remarkable. And that's what having a partnership is all about. And I can see why this partnership works so well. And of course, we don't want to ask how many years you've been married, but I'm sure that it's been a number of years of wedding bliss and beautiful interactions and remarkable togetherness for the both of you. So Marina, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the DotCom Magazine Entrepreneur Spotlight Series. You are really a leader, and it's been remarkable to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And
we're excited, and we hope that when people listen to what we can say about hydrogen, and I understand that you're quite well educated yourself, which is really great, they would be interested, and maybe they want to try it. Maybe they want to, get the feeling. This feeling, it's new field, but I believe that it's something which can help everyone in the short and the long run.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.